Hello everyone and welcome to Simplicode's YouTube channel. Kaushal this side and I hope you guys are doing well. Today we'll be taking you through tables in HTML. Tables play a vital role in making a web page more interactive to the user. So in this video we'll go through the syntax and the attributes of the table tag present in HTML. But before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon to never miss any updates on programming videos. So without any further delay, let's get started. A table is a set of data elements that allows us to store or represent data into rows and columns. Just like we create tables in normal life for representing the data, the same table we create in HTML as well. A table consists of rows and columns. We can arrange any kind of data like text, images, links, other table, etc. into rows and columns of cells. Fine. The table tag in HTML is used to create a table. So let's do it here side by side and you guys will get a better idea of what we are talking about here. So let's create a simple table first. We'll discuss each step here. So what we'll do is we'll write here inside the body tag. We'll create a new tag. So this table tag, this is a table tag. Whatever data we want to put in the table will go inside this table tag only. Now save the program and you can see we are not able to see any table here. So we'll see it in a while. Now let's add some data here first. We know that a table consists of rows and columns, right? The table row tag defines any row in HTML or in a table we can say. The syntax for it goes like this. What we'll do is we'll write over here inside the table tag only. We'll write tr. Now this tr represents table row. Fine. One thing to notice here is we are nesting one tag inside another tag. The table tag is responsible for creating a space for the table. The table row tag is used to add a row to that particular table. Now the next step is to add columns inside the table. Each row can contain one or more than one column. The table data tag is used to add data in columns. So it might sound a bit confusing at the moment, but let's do it over here and you guys will know how easy it is to add data in columns. What we have to do is we have to write here simply TD. TD stands for table data and we have to put the data inside this TD tag. TD means table data tag and this tag represents a column in a table. Fine, so let's write it over here, R1, comma C1. Fine. Let's give some space over here as well. Then again we are going to use the TD tag. So we'll write here R1, comma. Fine. Now here we are. We have added two columns inside the first row. So let's check the output now. Save it and you can see we have the data over here. This is basically the table data. R1 means row 1, C1 means column 1 and similarly R1 means row 1, C2 means column 2. So this is a single row with two different columns. Fine. Now we are not able to see the structure of the table, right? In order to get the structure of the table, we have to include an attribute inside the table tag. What we have to do is we have to write here inside the table tag. We have to write here border and inside border we have to mention the border width, so which is basically 1 pixel. Right now save the program and you can see this border attribute will show the border all around the table and the cells. Fine. We can change the width of this border by changing the value of border over here. So for example, if we write here 10 pixels and now if we save the program, you can see the border changing. So this looks nice, right? So for now we'll write here 1 pixel only. So this is the table border. Moving ahead, let's add another row over here first. What we'll do is we'll use the table row tag again and the rest HTML will take care of. We can add a row in a table anywhere in the HTML. Keep this thing in mind. Until the table row tag is nested inside the table tag, HTML will manage to add the row in the table. Fine. What we'll do is we'll write here after this table row tag, we are going to add another row. So we are going to write here tr. Now inside this we have to write some data, or we can say we have to include some columns. So this is going to be the row 2. So we are going to write here R2 C1 for column 1, and then we'll write here TD again. We'll write here R2, then we have C. Fine. Now save the program, and you can see we have another row over here which says R2 and C2 and R1 and C1 obviously. So adding rows and columns seems an easy task now, right? I hope you guys got it. Moving further, we'll now discuss the table heading tag. So every time we arrange some data in the table, we need some reference to that data, right? Let's say we are creating a bill for a restaurant. What we need in that bill are the name of the product and the price. Fine. So we need to mention it at the top of each column. To do so, we need to use the table heading tag. The syntax for this tag is pretty easy. What we have to do is we have to write here after the first table row tag. The syntax for this tag is pretty easy. What we have to do is we have to write here before the first table row tag. So we have to write here only, because this is going to be the heading. So it has to be present at the top of the table before any row and column. We have to add another row over here. Now inside this row we have to mention headings. Fine. So we have to use the table heading tag. So the syntax is this. Now we have to write here the first heading. So let's say the first heading is item, and then we have the second heading as price. Fine. Save the program, and you can see we have two headings over here. Now let's change the table's data first, and we'll create a bill for some restaurant, let's say. So what we are going to do is we are going to add another column over here in each row. So we are going to add a column, let's say it's SR number. So it's going to be the serial number. Then we have to change the data here only. Fine. So we'll remove the data from here, from each row basically. So we'll remove this as well, and we'll remove this as well. Fine. Now this is going to be the first row after. Let's save the program once, and you can see over here we have empty cells present over here. We have three headings: serial number, item, and price. Let's work on the first row now. We need another table data tag. So the serial number is going to be 1 for first row. Let's say the item name is T. Then we have the price. So let's say the price is going to be ₹20. Save the program, and we have our first row over here. Now for the second row we have to put the serial number as 2. Then we have coffee, or let's say black coffee. Then we have to use another table data tag. Now we have to mention the price. The price is, let's say, 30 for black coffee. And we are good to go with this as well. We are going to copy this whole row from here. We are going to paste it here. The serial number is going to be 3. The item name is, let's say, cappuccino. So we'll write here cappuccino, and the price is going to be a little higher than black coffee. Let's say 60 for cappuccino. And then we are going to add another item over here. Fine. So the serial number is going to be 4. Instead of cappuccino, let's write here espresso. Then let's change the price to 90. Save the program, and you can see the table over here. It looks nice, right? Now we have 3 columns. The procedure is the same, and you just saw it, right? Just like we added the table heading here in this table, similarly, we can give a caption to the table as well. Like here we can write the restaurant's names, or we can write the bill, or anything we want. So that particular caption will be present at the top of the table. So what we have to do is we have to write here at the top before this table row tag, before the first row, we have to write here caption. Caption is another tag. Now we have to write here, let's say the restaurant name is XYZ restaurant. Save the program, and you can see the caption over here as XYZ restaurant. Fine. Now the next thing we are going to discuss in this video is the row span and the col span attributes. Suppose we want to merge two cells and create a single one. Merging two cells means, let's say we want to merge these two cells. Fine, this one and this one. So for that we can use the column span attribute or the row span attribute. Fine. So for example, let's suppose we want to print the grand total of all the items. For that, we don't need the serial number. So what we can do is we can merge the first two columns of this row with the help of col span. So we are going to create another row over here and we are going to merge these two columns. Fine, in the new row. So what we have to do here is we have to write here, after this row we are going to add another row. So for that we have to write here table row tag. Now inside this table row tag we have to mention the table data tag, and then we'll write here col span. Col span is going to be 2 because we want to merge two cells. Fine. Now what we'll do is we'll write here grand total and we are going to add another cell. So we are going to write here TD again. So let's add it, and the total price is, I guess, 200. So we'll write here 200. Save the program, and you can see we have two columns merged over here. Fine. Similarly, we can also use the row span attribute whenever we want to merge two rows. One thing to keep in mind is we can use these attributes within the table data tag only, not in any other tag. For example, if we want to merge two rows, fine. So what we can do is we can write here row span and we are going to write here 2, save the program, and you can see these two rows are now merged. Fine. So let's remove it for now and save the program again. So this table looks nice now. The next attribute we have in tables is the background color attribute. We can use this attribute to change the background color of the whole table or of any particular row or column. Fine. We just have to use the BG color attribute as per our requirement. For example, if we want to change the background color of the first row, which contains all the headings, what we have to do is we have to write here inside this first table row tag, we have to write here BG color, and this is an attribute. Now let's say we want to color it as red. Fine, save the program, and you can see the output. The whole row is red in color now. Fine. Similarly, we can change the border color of the whole table with the help of border color attribute. We have to write here inside the table tag. So this is the main tag, and we have to write here border color is equals to, let's say, yellow. Fine, save the program, and you can see the border is now yellow in color. One thing I want to tell here is we can change the background color of any particular cell. Fine, so let's say we want to change the background color of espresso. Fine, let's do it. Let's change this background color to brown. Fine, so here we have espresso inside this table data tag. What we have to do is we have to write here BG color and we have to mention here brown. Save the program, and you can see it's brown in color. Fine. So guys, this is basically how we can create and add data in a table in HTML. I hope you guys got what we went through in today's video. Try doing it by yourself and let us know if you have any confusion. So that's all for this video, guys. See you in the next one where we'll go through list in HTML. If you enjoyed watching this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, do let us know in the comments below. Share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe Simplicode. Thank you.